All right, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Tuesday, August 11th, and it's about 1:40 p.m. So looking to see if we have any opportunities for the afternoon trading session. Um, let's see a second. All right, US30 is a little crowded. We have let me take that off for now. We have an overlap of supply and demand areas. I had taken this gold buy right here, but when this candle closed that validated the entry, the demand area got taken out. So the demand area didn't hold. I had entered it, but I just exited. But this is a nice setup. If only we had an inner demand area here, I would be in this buy trade for gold because the weak rejection from the demand zone is amazing. The only issue is that this demand zone doesn't have an inner demand zone, which is ideally what I'm trading, like inner supply and inner demand. So just wait to see if there's any other trade setup that shows up. If gold decides to drop further, this would be a nice buying area down here. US30, I need US30 to leave this overlap of supply and demand zones. This morning, there was two trades. The first one was this one for US30. I took a nice sell. So this, if I take this off, it was based off of if I go ahead and apply the replay tool. Right, so this inner supply zone that's right here. And then I just waited for a candle rejection around this area. There you go. And then I set a pending order. Oh, actually for this candle, I entered on candle closure because the low of the candle was also the close of the candle. And then it went straight to TP. So that's literally the setup I'm looking for, even in the afternoon session. And even in the morning session, same thing for gold, had this nice inner demand area, but for gold, this one unfortunately lost. We had this little zone right there, had this weak rejection. Initially, I'd set a pending order above the high of this candle, but this candle gave me an entry, set a pending buy order, got tapped in. Price went pretty high, but rejected. And this one going for a 1:2, came almost close to TP, but had a heavy rejection back to the downside. So in the morning, I had one win for 2 hour, one loss for 1 hour, minus 1 hour. So for the morning session, I had one win and one loss. So we'll see if the afternoon session has anything to take. And you can see how that demand zone on gold has gone, right? So it has been taken out because because just like, yes, this is a demand zone by itself, but you want to trade the zones that have inner supply or inner demand zones because it gives more confluence. Because for example, yes, for this trade that the candle was perfect, but there was just one demand zone by itself. So for me, I'm looking for demand and supply zones that are clustered together. because that pretty much increases the odds of the trades going in your favor. So it's even good if gold wants to drop further. This zone right here would be a perfect area to buy because you can see this big overlap of zones that's all the way down here, maybe even down here, yeah. For US30, I just need price to move away from this overlap of supply and demand areas because it's a little, it's hard just to see. Because yes, we are in a demand zone. We are in a demand zone, but I would much rather, let's see how this candle closes, because if this candle closes as a bullish candle, it will wipe out these supply zones, and it's actually stemming from a uh, demand zone right there. So if this candle actually closes as a bullish candle and wipes out the supply zones, this can be an entry, but it would have to close as a bullish candle. And this one will give like a 20-point stop loss on US30, which is perfect. So afternoon sessions, they typically give you like a tighter stop loss, but we'll see how this candle closes. This right here is a buy for US30. Let's see. Mm, 20 points. If this candle closes as a bullish candle, I will take a buy on US30. Let's see, is that zone? Let's see. I'm sorry, I'll set a pending order. Mm, 5 minute. All right, 8 seconds. Yeah. Let's see. I'll set a pending order. Actually, it's a 200. Let's see. I'll set a pending order above there for US30. Says 3.8. The body is 1.6. Okay. Wait, why do these pending orders keep getting deleted? May need to get in manually. Let's see. Pending order. All right, so we'll see if it gets filled. Okay. So the supply zone has been taken out or is being taken out. So I still have my pending order on gold. Oh, what's this? US30? Yeah, I still have my pending order on US30. So the pending order is either going to be, and this is perfect because here, if you look on the left-hand side, we are above an hourly bullish high and a 30-minute bullish high. So we are around bullish order blocks. So there's two entries. So I may lower my entry to the high of this candle, depending on how it closes. So if I don't get tapped or if I don't get tagged in on this previous candle, then I'm going to move my pending order to the high of this candle, which currently closes in 27 seconds. So whichever comes first. Okay. Let's see. So you can put your entry above the high of this candle. Same stop loss. It should give like about 20 points stop loss. What is this? Yeah, 20. You should be good with 20, 20 points stop loss. So I'm going to switch um, my pending order to the high of that candle. So my pending buy order is up here, 20 point stop loss. And you see gold is coming to where I I would want to buy. So I would want gold to come to this zone that I pushed or that I marked up there. I really don't need this chart for now. And if US30 wants to keep pushing down, well and good. Again, that's the reason to use pending orders. Give me a second. And sorry, I just had to hop on a call, but I'm in these two trades. I already marked them up. Gold is almost at a 1:2 risk to reward. US30 is in a little bit of drawdown, but if we flip bullish on US30 here, we should be able to push up. So and this is such a tight stop loss on US30, 20 points. Gold, it's what, $4 stop loss. The key thing is the candle that validates your entry, you put your stop loss below it. So for example, here, we already knew that we have this inner demand zone here. That the trade is based upon. So if this is the candle that validated it, you put a pending order above the high of the candle. And then you put your stop loss below the low of the candle. That's if you're going for buys. US30 might get stopped out. Gold as well is turning bearish, but we'll see. But I'm in both entries. And I'll just be right back. I'll just have to take another call here. But yeah, US30 got taken out, but still watch. So US30 as well, we are still in a demand zone. I know there's this zone that just got made here as a possible supply zone. But again, in this same zone, if I get a candle rejecting from any of these demand zones, I'll do the same thing. I'll set a pending order, and then I will I'll look to ride price back up. Gold as well, same thing. I think that 220 flip caused both of them to be bearish, but as well, gold still is in a pretty nice demand area. So even if it wants to come back down and probably give a tighter stop loss, even better. But I'll be looking for a re-entry on US30 as well. And I'm still going to keep holding the gold trade. All right. So US30, unfortunately, the second trade ended up losing. Gold as well might end up losing as well. So given that, I'll just call it a day. We might just be flipping bullish. I'm in an intraday sell on US30 from this morning here, on one of my larger accounts. So the major trend is definitely bearish, but I was hoping to catch some buy scalps back up, but looks like every time we tap into a demand zone, we just have like a slight retracement and then a push back down. So yeah, I'll just call it a day for the afternoon session. Gold is still going, but came pretty close to stop loss. So we'll see. I'll keep holding gold and we'll see how it will go. But unfortunately for today, two losses. Yesterday, I know we didn't do any session. So minus 1%. Um, and we'll see. We'll see how this gold trade will go. But I'm done taking trades for the afternoon session. I'll just hang around to see how this gold setup goes. And then if gold wins, then we're back to break even. So if gold wins and I'm back to break even, then I can look to trade again. But if gold loses, then that is it. But every time, especially US30, every time we get this bullish retracement, it comes back down for like a bearish with huge bearish candles. But if gold gets me back to break even, then I'll look to take a trade. And even gold, if let me see. If gold becomes bullish, I might go ahead and extend. Uh might go ahead and maybe aim for this supply zone up here. We'll see. Let's see how gold will do. If it gets back to break even, I'll look to take other trades. Because remember last week, as soon as when we left the live session at like 3 p.m., we had like a couple of nice trades after that timeline. So we'll see. If gold gets me back to break even, I'll look to trade again. If gold loses, then that will be it for me. US30, I don't even think I want to trade US30 anymore for the afternoon. Um, on the larger time frame, it's definitely bearish. And these bearish candles are bigger than the bullish candles. So we'll see. Let's see how gold goes. All right, so let's see if gold can push here. If gold gets me, and we should be clear for gold because you can see those supply zones have been taken out as price is pushing up. If gold is able to get me back, yeah, US30, nah. If gold is able to get to a 1:2, then we are able to recover those two losses for US30, and then I can look to trade something else, or I can look to continue trading. But we just need to push up for gold.
Michael, thanks again for your patience.
All right, so let's see, gold. So 1:2, almost at 1:2. Let's see, what do I want to do? If you want, you can ride price to a 1:3. 1:3 would be this zone. So let's see. Let's see if we can get a 1:3. But so the first TP 1:2, you can get out there and then you'd get your money back from the two losses. But here, I want to see if I can get to a 1:3. But the final TP is just 1:2, and that should bring us back to break even. If you want to hold to 1:3, well and good. And 1:3 is only 12 points on gold. So, and it's the next supply zone for gold, which is this area up here. So I want to see if we can push up, and then afterwards we can see if there's any other trade setup that can present itself. All right. There goes gold. At a 1:2. Um. mm, mm. Yeah, so if you want to hold further, you can go for a one. I think it is going to hit a 1:3, maybe even higher than that. At the very least, coming back to this supply area right here. But personally, I'm going to see if I can hold for that 1:3. But for today, back to break even. So the last 3 days, let's see. Last 3 days have been break even days. So for me, I'll try and go for the 1:3 up here. US30. Yeah, I don't want to mess with US30 with all these overlapping zones, so never mind. Let's see. But looking at what we have right here, I don't see anything. So 3 p.m. is the cutoff. I do have some other engagement at 3. But yeah, today is just like a break-even day. We'll see. We'll see if tomorrow probably gives a better setup. Yeah, but today, 2 losses, 1 win. 2 losses were for US30. Two losses were for US30. Let's see. What was the first one? I forget where the first one was. Yeah, but anyway, gold brought the losses back, so back at break even. For me, gold, I'll hold for 12 points. So I'll hold for 12 points is what, 4 more points from where we are. And maybe I can end the day up 0.5% for the day for the afternoon session. But in the morning session, I already had like 1 win and 1 loss. 1 win for 1:2. I could have held further for 1:3, but yeah, 1:2, and 1 loss for -1 hour for the morning session. But overall for the day for supply and demand, up in profit. But other than that, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good rest of your day. All right, guys, peace.